Maybe to help us get rolling into our conversation here, just to begin with, how would you define the free offer of the gospel?
Well, the free offer of the gospel intends to say that God offers Christ to sinners simply as sinners with no preconditions attached to that offer. And that offer, as an offer, comes with a genuine desire on God's part that men should comply with that offer. So it's not simply a command, but it is a command accompanied by a genuine desire on the part of God that men should comply with the offer and be saved. And it's not conditioned on anything in the sinner. It comes to the sinner simply as a sinner, and that's it. And so when I speak of the free offer of the gospel, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. And how might that sound, in a sermon that you're preaching, and you're in a text, say, that makes it, you're wanting to make a very clear offer of the gospel to
Yeah.
your audience.
Yeah, I think of the places in the Gospels where Christ speaks to the city of Jerusalem. And it's clear that he speaks to the city of Jerusalem with a great deal of pathos. He
Hmm.
speaks to it with regard to it itself and it's what he calls its children. And he weeps over it and encourages them to comply with the gospel. And it's plain that his heart is in the offer, that his heart is in the command. And I would endeavor to emulate Christ in that way and indicate to anyone sitting there listening to me preach that the offer is given to them freely. It's given to them simply as a sinner, and that they need to comply with that offer and believe that there is a general love of God that comes to them in that offer, in which they will experience as a saving love of God if they comply with it. And so those are the kind of things I would do. One of the key texts in my book on the subject is John 5:34, which I open up the words of Jesus, in which he says, "These things I say to you, in order that you may be saved." And we have to emulate Christ's heart, and we need to say these things that we say. We need to preach the gospel to sinners in order that they should be saved, and with that desire and want in our hearts.